We got 3 viewers. What's up, 3 viewers? Don't worry about it. We're setting up right now.
Are you talking to people?
Yeah, I'm talking to people online. You guys are here in person. We got some viewers here as well.
Ollie, is it bad if I end this Zoom and then you guys rejoin?
And then-
Because I think I have a 45-minute limit,
Oh, no.
which is gonna end by the end of this forum.
Do whatever you need to do.
Okay, so I'm gonna end it. And then I'm gonna start it right before the meeting starts.
What's up, guys? What's up, gang?
I don't like that I got a side profile camera going.
You don't like the side profile camera?
I hate my side
I mean, we can just
profile
not
because
use
I sit
that.
like this, and I look like Girdle the Turtle. Is it raining? It sounds like it's raining.
Could be raining.
Okay, my phone's just
Holy
broken.
crap, is it raining? I think it is.
Nicole, don't be mean to April.
All right, people at home. I noticed there's more of you rolling in. We are still waiting for people to show up here. So give us a few minutes. Sit tight. We care about you.
Actually, where are people?
Dylan, this is sophomore forum.
Only?
Yes. Junior forum is tomorrow. This is sophomore forum.
Sophomore forum. Keyword,
So
sophomore.
awkward. If you're a junior, your forum is tomorrow. This is sophomores.
Welcome, welcome. People at home, the chat is active. Feel free to use the chat. Hopefully I figured that out. If you watched the fire the other day, I didn't really figure that out, but I think I got it now.
Please sit in a seat with green tape in it. That means there's 2 seats in between you and the other person next to you.
Green tape. I'm sure all of the people watching on YouTube are very angry that all you can hear is me and Georgia talking about where to sit.
Woot, woot.
But unfortunately, that is the life that we
If
have
you're a
chosen.
junior, your form's tomorrow. There seems to be some confusion about that. This is sophomore forum.
Sophomore forum.
I've seen like 8 juniors walking.
Juniors come back in exactly 24 hours.
Please sit in a seat with green tape. Sal.
If anybody watching on YouTube wants to comment and let me know if the audio is okay, that would be so good. Thank you so much, Keegan. I appreciate you. You know what? I'm going to switch up the view just for you guys, make it a little more interesting. Boom. Now you're straight on. I see you. To the kid yelling into the camera, that microphone does nothing, but I appreciate the effort. No, that microphone's dead. So,
Please sit in a seat with green tape.
green tape seat.
Green tape. Green tape is where you sit.
Mo Green is in the house.
Green tape.
Think of Mo when you go to sit.
Where's hilarious?
Up to 22 of us. Kind of.
Sit in a seat with green tape. And another reminder, this is sophomore forum. If you're a junior, this is not for you.
Zoom again or no? Because Mike said he'd be back at 12. All right, cool. Is there a plug right there?
Oh, no.
Here.
I can move my computer.
Probably look.
Yeah, there's one right here.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, uh-oh. Ollie Pat shaking my head. Hey, guys. All right. Actually, no, JK, love you. Okay, it's fine. I forgive you. Why is this on YouTube, Christopher? I ask myself that question all the time. I actually think it's easier because
Did you bring your proposal to
Ethan's doing something.
school board yet?
I think it's easier to connect audio through YouTube from these microphones than it would be to do on Zoom, and that could be why. But frankly, I think Zoom would be better. But this is how we're doing it.
So
Wasn't my call.
okay, so then in the future it'll go. We're updating about like where proposals are, so I just wanted to see if it had gone yet or not. So I'll say it's gonna go in the next couple of
I'm
weeks.
emailing Pim like I'm gonna do it in my free period today.
Okay, and you can if you want.
There's someone right in front of the camera. That's so awkward. I'm switching it.
Being a dick about it.
I don't think it's being a dick.
Okay,
All right, guys, just a couple more minutes.
so just let me know if you need. Okay, cool.
Please sit in a seat with green tape if you're coming in.
Where is Georgia? Oh, there you are. I just heard your voice.
I was asking Rolf.
Green tape, Matt.
green tape.
Green tape.
Green tape.
Green tape.
All right. Well, we're going to run out of time here, so I think anyone that's not here at this point can just figure it out. Yep. Okay, guys. What's going on? Where's Georgia go? Should I do the, like, what's the silent?
Can we get some Silent Coyote going?
We're gonna do a silent coyote.
A cool coyote.
You guys get it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We love a silent coyote. Welcome to your first kind of normal forum of this year. And of course, we'll be talking about Fang Fest, which is a big deal. But before we do that, Georgia's going to talk about stuff that you don't care about, so it's fine.
Hi, guys. Welcome. This is exciting. You're all together, kind of. Hello to those who are online. I'm Georgia. So I just wanted to update you guys on what's going on in Community Council. So a few weeks ago, we passed the new schedule proposal for the daily schedule for next year, and that went to the school board and was passed. And then a couple weeks ago, we passed the protection proposal, and that will be going to the school board in the next couple of weeks to get approved. And now we're just doing a lot of Fang Fest planning. So Ethan's gonna just jump right into all that.
All right, what's up, everybody? So this is Fang Fest Forum number 1. There's going to be a part 2. But yeah, let's get started. All right, so when is Fang Fest? Hopefully, a lot of you have already heard this. Fang Fest is the week of April 19th to the 23rd. Yeah! That is the week right before April break. So same kind of consistency as last year, as most of you experienced, right into break right after Fang Fest. I'll give a brief explanation for anyone new to your class this year who didn't experience it last year. Fang Fest is basically our spirit week on steroids. It's all of friendly competition, events, participation, dressing up, dances, decorating hallways, a whole bunch of fun in one little short week. So, what's going to be different about Fang Fest this year compared to last year? We're going to touch on all of these things. The assemblies, scoring, how you're dressing up is going to be different, how there's going to be virtual events this year for online students, and what remote status and in-person status is going to look like for that week. All right, so the scoring point system is going to be a little bit different this year. So this is important for teachers too, because teachers will have a little bit of influence on how points work. So each event is going to be scored. The scoreable events are dress-up participation, coin wars, hallways, dances, and after-school events, and I'm going to go over those in a little bit. So the winner of each event gets 4 points, second place gets 3 points, third gets 2, last gets 1. The one event that will be scored more is the participation event of dressing up. And because we want as much participation as possible, that one's going to get more points. And then at the end of the week, they're all going to be added up, and then there's going to be the winner of Fang Fest like there was last year. Hopefully you guys all remember that.
Sorry, I'm going to cut you off really quick because I messed up the PowerPoint really bad. So if you're at home, I apologize. Just continue.
Yeah, we're working on 2 different computers here, so online people are seeing the same thing, but we just have to remember to click it every time. The newest thing about this year is teachers are going to have an influence on points, meaning that you have to be, if a teacher sees something like a senior goes up to a junior grade hallway and tears something down, they can take points away from that class. Or if they see a student from a grade doing something really well and competing in a friendly competition way with another grade, they can add points. The way that's going to work is the teachers simply just email me, text me, meet me in the hallway, and tell me which grade gets or loses points. So this adds some accountability on all of you guys to be the best you can be to help your grade win Fang Fest. So that's a neat little twist we have this year, kind of a little Harry Potter style point system, but it's going to be fun. All right, so how is the week going to go? The themes this year, we're starting off with Black and Gold Day on Monday, not Wednesday anymore. So that's going to be everyone dressed up black and gold as much as possible. That's also the assembly day. We're going to go over assemblies in a minute, but assemblies are going to be outdoors this year. Tuesday and Thursday are going to be the recycled grade themes. You guys are all going to vote on which themes you want, but all the themes suggested from the grade themes are going to be reconsidered for school-wide themes on Tuesday and Thursday. So Wednesday, oh, I realized I messed this up. Sorry, Wednesday is going to be the class color day, meaning you guys are sophomores, so you're yellow and orange. So that's going to be all out yellow and orange that day. And then Friday is going to be your class theme day. And as you, hopefully a lot of you saw, there was an email sent out with a form where you could all suggest your themes. That's now closed, but all the themes have been approved by admin, and Shilu will talk about that in a minute, about how we're going to narrow those down before another form gets sent out and you guys can vote on your final theme. Move to the next slide. So, the week of event schedule. So we're going to have two separate things. After-school activities are going to be for in-person students, and there's going to be after-school activities for remote students. So we're going to have two things going on every single day after school. Monday night, after the assembly, there isn't going to be anything directly after school. What we're going to actually do is we're going to have a movie night that night. So later that night, whenever it gets dark out, I don't know what time that's going to be, we're going to set up a projector. People can come in, get lawn chairs, blankets, whatever you want, obviously masks, set up on the turf, and it's going to be a movie. Everyone can come on down. Remote people can come down too, whatever you're comfortable with. And then there's possibility of food trucks coming. So we can get food, watch a movie on the turf, and there's going to be no points related to that day, no participation points or anything. That's just for pure fun of Fang Fest.
Just a good time, all right.
Just a good time, baby. All right, so Tuesday for in-person students, there's going to be a scavenger hunt. So that's going to be whoever comes up, you're going to go out in teams of 2, go off and find whatever object or whatever you're supposed to find. There's going to be a map, and you're going to bring it back. Whichever grade brings back the most objects, they win that event, and it goes down the list like that. Wednesday is going to be Jedi Night. Hopefully you all know what Jedi Night is. Can I get a nod of heads? Yes, Jedi Night. We all know what that is. Okay, good. Just making sure. So Jedi Night's going to be Wednesday, and that's going to be on the turf. Again, most of these things are going to be outside. There's a big emphasis on outdoor events this year, obviously from COVID. Thursday is going to be kickball. So same style as Jedi Night. It's going to be a tournament. So then 2 grades will play each other. The winner of that grade advances, and then there's going to be the final round. And that's how the kickball is going to go. And then Friday, there's no event. It's just cleaning up hallways. So people who come back from the assembly, we don't need everyone because we can't have everyone in the small little hallway. But as long as a few people come and clean up hallways, it's going to be greatly beneficial. Now, for the virtual events, we haven't quite figured out what events we're going to do yet. We have some listed and ideas churning, I guess you could say. But we're still trying to figure out the logistics of that because it is kind of more difficult to have people do a virtual event. But to trust that we're working on it, and we have remote teachers working on it as well because they know a lot better than any in-person student or in-person teacher would know because they are remote all the way. So we're working on those events, and as soon as we know what those events are, we're going to let you guys know that. The movie night is also going to be the same, so any remote student that wants to go to the movie night can. There's going to be no virtual event right after school for them either. And it's also really emphasized that in the past, not a lot of teachers have gone to these virtual events or, have gone to the in-person events after school. So we'd love to see some teachers like throwing up some Jedi Night with the sophomores. I'd love to see that. I'm mostly looking at Steve over there. I'm expecting great things out of him. Maybe Viet. I don't know. Carl, what do you think? A little Jedi Night action? Yeah, I know you want to. All right, so last year you guys probably saw there was Penny Wars. We're not going to do Penny Wars this year. We're going to call it Coin Wars, meaning we're not counting only pennies. We're going to count all coins because I don't really feel like going through all your dirty coins and counting which pennies and which are quarters. So I'm just going to weigh them this year, and I think that's a lot better and a lot cleaner. So bring all the coins you can. There's going to be bins out in the hallways right near the gym cafeteria area. Just drop your coins in there. At the end of the week, they're going to be weighed. Whichever weighs the most is going to be the winner, and then it will go down the list from first, second, third, and fourth. And it's going to be the same thing. Winner gets 4 points. Loser, or not loser, person with the least weight gets 1 point. Wellness Day, biggest change of this year. Normally, this year we've had a flex day on Wednesday. Because we have that day, we're going to move that to Friday, and we're making it a wellness day of Fang Fest week. So that means it's going to go black gold, wellness day. It's expected that everyone comes to this wellness day. There's going to be no classes, but there is going to be stations, quote unquote, meaning you'll sign up for a station you want to go to, and you will attend that event. It's going to be in person, and there's going to be virtual stations. It's going to be lots of fun. It's supposed to be centered around community building. It's not going to be only with your grade. It's going to be other grades are mixed in with your stations. In previous years, we've done stations like improv, come pet my dog, basketball, floor hockey, stuff like that. So it's really events that you guys are going to be interested in, and you get to sign up for what you want to do. So we're trying to end Fang Fest, moving into vacation with a lot of mental health and physical activity to end the week well, and center it around community bonding. That day also, we're going to end with the closing assembly like you guys have experienced last year, except obviously the assembly is going to be outside. So there's going to be more information about the Wellness Day coming soon. We haven't planned it out exactly yet, but hopefully that's going to go great and everyone is there and it's going to be a great time.
Think of it like field day at Wilkins.
Exactly.
It's gonna be
Remember field day? That was fire. Okay, assemblies. This is probably going to be the biggest change, is the assemblies are going to be outdoors this year. So how it's going to work is all 4 grades are going to be on the turf, and most likely they're going to have to be with their advisory. So I know that's kind of a bummer, and we don't know that for sure yet, but from talking to make it, so we know where the students are and what students they're in contact with, it makes the most sense to put students with their advisories. So as you can see, the colors are related to your grade. So you guys are yellow, so you're most likely gonna be, if you're facing the turf, all the way on the left side. So we're gonna have it completely marked off. I don't know what, probably cones, maybe string, not sure yet, but it'll be very obvious that you guys are gonna be on that left side of the turf field, and your entire grade's gonna be there, or at least all the in-person people are gonna be there, and all the other grades are correlated to their color code. The other thing with assemblies is the remote people, we're gonna live stream that assembly. So the Monday assembly and the Friday assembly are both gonna be live streamed, similar to how it's being done now on YouTube. So students can watch that. The comments will be open so you guys can chat, get the chants going online. I don't know how you'll do that, but try to interact as much as possible. We'll have people on remote mics and videoing so we can be interactive that way. We're gonna try to make it as interactive as possible. I know it's gonna be different, but we're trying our best here. And we are gonna have games. So I don't know if you guys can see this little black area that's kind of been marked off here. So the MCs, we're gonna have staging, and we're gonna put the MCs on staging and elevate them to try to let everyone be able to see them, if that makes sense. It's gonna be different because we're not on risers this year, so not everyone's gonna be seen in the best way possible. So we're gonna try to rise the MCs up so we can see them. It's gonna be different, but we're also just gonna try to have a couple of the games in that little marked off area that's there. Not sure what games yet. We've done tug of war in the past. Not sure if that's necessarily COVID safe, but I'll have to talk with administration a little bit. We'll have a couple games. The dances are still gonna happen. It's gonna be different, but it's gonna be fun. All right, hallways. Hallways are still happening. It's gonna have to work a little bit differently this year. So that's your hallway that you guys had last year. It was very good. I think it got first or second place or something. It was very well done.
We all know Betsy did all the work. You can tell us nothing.
Yeah, Betsy kind of helped. No Betsy this year. You got Shilu though. Shilu's coming in clutch. Yeah. So a little more on you guys this
You will
year.
never have another Betsy.
No, Betsy comes in clutch. All right. So the way this is going to work this year is there's going to be time slots, meaning people are going to have to sign up for a certain time to come decorate the hallway. The only reason is that this is happening this way is because we can't just have a bunch of people coming in the hallway at different times, coming in and out. It's just too many people coming in and out, meaning like we don't know who's getting exposed to who, if there's later contact tracing and stuff like that. So we're gonna have time slots, but the thing is, if you don't sign up and there's only like 20 people who sign up in total, then those 20 people can come in whenever they want. So if you wanna decorate, you gotta sign up, because that's gonna be a big thing with the hallways this year. It could be done by advisory too. We haven't dove too deep in that yet, but it's another realm where you'll sign up by advisory. Your advisory will come at a certain times. It's decorate your section of the hallway and kind of that way. So it's going to be different, but like I keep saying, it's how it's going to have to be for this year. Hopefully it will turn out the same results like we've had in past years, like you guys had last year with that amazing hallway. So, all right, so in-person / remote status. To be in person during Fang Fest, you have to sign up to be in person for all of Segment 9. That's really important. You cannot come to Fang Fest for only Fang Fest week. You have to sign up for Segment 9 to be in person, or else you can't be in person for Fang Fest. Now, given Segment 9 has already closed, and we know that, it's going to be reopened, and there's going to be emails sent out from Sauhegan to your parents and to you guys with all that information about signing up for Segment 9 again. You can change your status to be in person, so you can be in person for Fang Fest. The closing assembly is going to be a little different. So people can come in for the closing assembly, to my belief. I don't know for sure, but that's a little bit of what we talked about. People can come in for that one time so they can experience the closing assembly in person. But again, there's going to be way more information sent out in a mass email from administration detailing it way better than I can right now. This is all sanctioned to change. So this is what it is right now, but we have to be aware that it could change, could get worse with COVID, could get better. We don't really know. This is what we're planning for right now. So y'all are gonna have to hang in with us. Safety. You guys are responsible for this week. And by you guys, I mean the entire school. If you guys are safe, this will be a great week. We can't have people running around during assemblies, running around to other grades, running around the little area in their turf section. We have to keep our masks on. We have to be appropriate, or else the week will get shut down. That's really important, and it's important to all of us to have this Fang Fest week. This is the week where we all come together as a community. We can have fun, we can dress up, we can be ourselves, right? So you have to be safe, or this week will get shut down. This is kind of a preface to what Mike Barry's about to talk about, but this week's really on you guys. So even leading up to the week, we have to be safe. If numbers rise way too much, the week may get canceled. So it's all about what you guys can do to make this week happen. And knowing that, administration and SAC, we're gonna do our very best that we can do to make this an amazing week for all of you guys. We've already spent money on staging for a Fang Fest week. We're thinking about spending money on a nice projector for the movie night, the food trucks. So we're trying to do our best to make this an awesome week, but we need a little bit from you guys too about safety. So with that said, Mike Barry should be here, and he should have a couple words. Let me try to pull him up. Oh, I haven't admitted him yet.
Did I leave the Zoom?
And here's Mike.
Tell him to wait just a second.
So there you go, Mike. You should be able to go and speak.
All right, Ethan, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're good.
All right, thanks everybody. Hey, how's everyone doing today? I appreciate you having me in. At the end of the forum, I just wanted to let people know that I am really excited about, being part of my first Fang Fest. at Souhegan High School. I just wanted to touch base with everybody just to know that I think Ethan and the Student Activities Committee and Community Council have done a really nice job of planning it. I hope you guys are happy and pleased with what the students on Community Council and the Activities Committee are trying to kind of put together. The piece is that we want to make sure that it's an inclusive and a safe week and responsible. And so this year, more than any other year, we've had to take a lot of planning into consideration. And please know that there's still a good bit of planning left, lots of details, lots of logistics to kind of maximize what the week is. To be real honest, like, I don't know what to expect. I've heard a lot about Fang Fest. I've heard that it's, like a homecoming, week just times like 10 full, and people get really excited about it. I've heard about all the shenanigans that happen. And so I'm just really looking forward to being part of that with you guys. But we still very much in the planning piece. The other thing that I want to know is, as part of the planning, is to meet with each grade's leadership group. So as each grade's leadership group, as you kind of start to think about Fang Fest, please know that I am going to be very much interested in meeting with the 9th grade, the 10th grade, the 11th grade, and the 12th grade at some point during the week of March 29th. So if you guys can plan with your class advisors or, plan directly with me, I really like to kind of go over some things with you guys and kind of learn about, how each grade approaches like Fang Fest. So I'm really interested in that piece. So, but more information to come on that, but know that that's going to happen. And I'm really, looking forward to it. Appreciate you guys adding me to the end of the forum. If anyone has any questions about things, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And just really, appreciative of all the work that goes into this. So thanks, Ethan. Thanks, Oliver, for having me.
Thanks, Mike.
Appreciate it.
All right, so now Shilu's going to talk about sophomore leadership and what that means for the sophomore themes that you guys generated and how those are going to get narrowed down a little bit with Shilu.
Hey guys, if you don't know me, I'm Shilu. I'm the school social worker. I'm also a grade 10 advisor, and I'm your class advisor this year. So what I'd really love to have people do is, one, we've gotten your Google Classroom going again. That's your grade level Google Classroom. I've sent it out to all of your advisors, so they're gonna send you an invite, so please add that. And then we are going to have a sophomore leadership meeting at 12:30 on Tuesday. If you are interested in being any part of the planning and the leadership of Fang Fest and anything going forward with sophomores, please come at 12:30. I will put all the information about where we're gonna meet in the Google Classroom.
That was great, Shilu. Thank you.
Thanks, Shilu. Did we do it?
Any questions?
Oh, right. And also, questions here, raise your hand. The chat is open. I'll try to read them all.
I'll try to answer them the best I can. I may say I don't know. Yeah. Don't know.
To be determined.
I know that was a lot of information at once.
You'll also all be getting emails and Google Classroom updates about all this, so keep that in mind.
Any questions?
All right. Well, then please exit through that door.
That door.
And please don't knock over my cameras. That'd be mean. Thanks, Shilu.
Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
That sounded good. Just send me whatever you want me to post in the sophomore Google Classroom. If there's anything that you guys need me to ever just like update in there, I can send it all over.
Thank you.
Okay.
Dude, they were like dead silent the entire time.
As they
I want to yell. I'm the communicator. Stay. Hey.
That was good, Mike.
I will remove you.
I look, you have been.
Hey, how was it? How was it? I didn't scream into it. How did they receive it?
What? I can't hear you. I don't know why. Thank you, Kimberly.
Forums are not usually
Give me a
times,
second.
but it was very seamless. So.
Kudos to the class, though. They didn't, like, no shenanigans.
No shenanigans. Please be nice.
Every year I, like, dread forums. I'm like, here we go.
Mike, do you want to text me it? I don't know what else to do it. You're good? Okay.
That felt really safe and comfortable.
That's really good.
That's good.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Nice stuff.
What's up, everybody? Please come in. Join us. Sit in seats with the green. You know the drill. Green tape seat. Hello, Delaney. I'm doing well. Good. I'll stare into your soul.
Oh, green.
Green.
No, I want to sit here. Dude,
Welcome, everybody. If you're at home, oh, someone's commenting. Great job, Ethan and Ollie and Georgia. Thank you, Dave. Bye, everyone. Have a nice day. Okay. If you're just joining the YouTube link, hi.
Format for this class the same?
Exactly the
as
same
with
thing.
Mike at the end?
Yeah.
Okay, the mics are live. I'm gonna take a break and
Okay.
have a bite.
Yeah,
to
we're
eat.
good. Sounds good. Thanks so
I'll be
much.
back for when Mike comes on.
What? Sorry?
I'll come back for when Mike is on. Sure.
Thanks so much.
I've got Zoom muted right now.
Okay.
In case he wants to talk to you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, those cobalt gray pants.
those are blue.
These are blue.
They look gray.
Really good effort, though. Oops.
What? I think they look a little
Depends on
cobalt
the
gray.
light. Wait, I'll get somewhere
Those are
darker.
gray.
Hey, everyone at home. What color are my pants?
They're gray.
Gray or blue?
Gray.
I'll let you decide.
Gray.
Let's read the comments. It's going to be delayed. That was Dave Jaginski.
Yoo-hoo! Online!
We're late. Oh, there. I'm finally going up on stage.
Georgia, the camera's up there.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Like this is wait, ready?
Here I come.
Cobalt gray.
Hey, Jesse.
Look at all this is
It's like a stitch, I feel like, that has like gray stitched with blue, which makes it more of a...
yeah.
It's
It's cobalt gray.
They were blue. Hey, Jesse.
A Hondo P.
Hey, buddy.
It's my guy, Jesse.
Oh, guys.
I got a haircut yesterday.
Dave Sachs just sent us all an email with just the subject saying thanks. DS. No, it's fine.
You're welcome, Dave Sachs.
We got you, Dave Sachs.
Feel like we're a little bit lackluster on attendance at the moment. What time is it? Classic. I feel like roughly 30 people are going to roll in 8 minutes with some sort of food. So that's cool.
Georgia, did you get
Is it 35?
No, I think
Yeah.
your croutons made out of grilled cheese. They all were.
what? I haven't eaten it yet.
Yeah, we're chilling.
Didn't even see it on the last one.
Couldn't even see who what?
Ava's like, what is that?
Wait. Oh no, Delaney said her croutons were made
I thought she meant in the last four.
No.
They look like the...
Hello, everybody. Please. Oh,
I didn't
Molly.
actually see what Delaney's looked like, so I don't know.
Inspecting it like you would know.
Yeah. See if I can actually
no.
tell.
Well, like these are the Tuscan red ones, so those taste good. But then, like you see the big ones.
They can see.
I think those might be grilled cheese, but I don't see the cheese, so they might just be like the edges. Is this yours or Georgia's?
Oh, here we go, guys. Sit in chairs with the green.
Green marker.
thing.
Green tape. Green tape. Yes, Braden. Green tape. Green tape. Green tape. Connor. Green tape. Green tape. Green tape. We're gonna have a lot of people online, aren't we?
What? Who?
We're gonna have a lot of people online.
I don't know. We are down 20 people from the last one. Hey guys, people online, chat is open. If you have questions or want to comment, anything of that sort,
Dude,
use the chat.
I forgot to mention dances last time.
Oh yeah, I mean they get it.
Got it.
They got it.
I mean, they didn't have like anyone doing this last year, so.
Where everything's fine. Oh wow, a lot of people just joined this
Hi, Jackson.
stream. What's up, guys? It's me. It's Ollie. and Georgia and Ethan and the people, the whole class.
Hi, Riley.
I know. We have a lot of online people in our grade, which is abnormal. I would have thought the opposite. And the freshmen are all in.
Hi, Ethan.
True.
How are you?
All right. We're going to get started because this is a lot of information to take in. Online? So we got 41 online, and we got however many here, which is... So we have 80 probably in total.
Close enough.
We'll give it another couple minutes. 30. No, we're up to 47 online. Online's growing quickly.
It's Fang
The
Fest,
remote
guys.
students are making the in-person students look bad right now.
Sophomore, the whole theater was full.
Yeah, sophomores really popped off. Oh, someone's commenting. Kinda late. Oh, Paige Colby says my pants look black, so everyone's wrong.
Dang. Alex Lynn, you're late.
What color are my pants?
Dark gray.
Gray?
I think it's a gray. It's cobalt gray.
Definitively a blue. All right. Okay, we're gonna get going now. Welcome, everybody. Now that I've distracted you all with my pants, I'm going to force you to be quiet for 40 minutes. Hello, welcome to your forum. It's as weird because there's people here and online. We're doing a lot of different computers. It's very strange. I apologize, mostly to people at home because that's where I keep messing it up. But Ethan's going to take it away. Or wait, is he?
George is going to take it away.
George is going to take it away.
Thanks. Actually, what I have to say doesn't really apply to you guys, but sometimes people like to know what's going on. So Community Council passed next year's schedule proposal for the daily schedule. That went to the school board and was passed. Won't affect us. And the protection proposal was passed by Community Council and will be going to the school board, which also probably won't affect us. So that's all I have to say.
And now Ethan's going to take it away.
All right. Fang Fest, everybody. It's going to be different.
Woo!
All right. Hopefully everybody knows when Fang Fest is. Fang Fest is April 19th to the 23rd, the week right before break. So we're going to keep the same message of going right from Fang Fest into break, keep that tradition flowing. All right. How is it going to be different this year? All of these things, assemblies, scoring, dressing up, virtual events, remote and in-person status are all going to be different for this year. I'm going to explain all of it. Themes. So the week schedule, we're going to start off with Black and Gold Day. I know this is confusing because I messed up and I wrote Black and Gold Day on Wednesday as well. Wednesday is going to be class color day, so that's when our purple and black's going to come out on Wednesday. Monday is going to be black and gold. How it's going to work is hopefully everyone saw that the grade form for our theme has already gone out. Hopefully everyone filled it out. I think only 60 people did, so I know not everyone did. But we got tons of ideas. Most of them were different. So we're going to narrow that list down. Tracy's going to talk about that in a little bit. After we've narrowed it down with senior leadership, there's going to be another form sent out. We're going to narrow it down to a top 3, and then from the top 3, we're going to vote for our top choice, and that's going to be what our theme is. So hopefully everyone's good with that, because if you're not, bring it up with me afterwards. But then the Thursday and Tuesday themes are going to be recycled themes. So every theme that didn't get voted on is going to be then rethought of for a school-wide theme on Tuesday and Thursday. So even if your theme wasn't voted on for a class theme, it may still be used for a school-wide theme on Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, how's the week event going to look like? There's going to be after-school activities in person, and that's going to be for everyone. So anyone can go to that. It's not going to be, there's not going to be any participation with points associated with that. This is for pure fun. Question last time. We don't know the movie yet, but we'll figure it out. So people obviously mask up. get chairs, blankets, whatever you want. We don't know what time sunset is yet, but whatever that is going to be the time when the movie starts, a little bit after sunset, so it's dark. Everyone come out.
We meet at dusk.
We meet at dusk.
That should be our sign. Meet us at the turf at dusk.
At dusk. So yeah, that's just for fun. Hopefully everyone comes out and have a good time, good community bonding. Tuesday is going to be scavenger hunt. So it's going to be, people are going to get an object or a location. They have to go find that object and bring it back to the designated location that you started at. The grade that brings back the most objects gets the most points for that day, for that event. Pretty self-explanatory. Jedi Knight, we all know that, and we all better win.
Sorry, Ryan Lemieux has just Googled it, which is something that we did not do for the last week. It will be 7:23.
We're starting at
39. He re-Googled it. 7:39.
7:39
is dusk.
That's when the
on
movie's
that
going to start.
particular Monday.
You guys should all remember that, because I'm not going to say it again.
Well, we're not going to advertise this ever again. Put it in your notes.
All right. So Thursday is going to be kickball. It's going to be the same style as Jedi Knight, tournament style. So 2 grades go against each other. Typically, seniors go against freshmen, and then whoever wins that, I wonder who, is going to go up to the next round for the tournament or the championship. And then the winner of that event gets the most points. And there's going to be the losers of the first 2 games are then going to have a second game that determines 3rd and 4th place. The Friday, there's not going to be an event that day. It's just going to be hallway cleanup. So after we decorate our hallway, obviously we got to clean it up. We can't let the janitors just do it themselves. That's not fair to them. And it's not how Sauhegan works. So we got to
be courteous.
What Ollie said. We got to go clean up the hallways. Not everyone's required to do that, but we need a few people to help out for that. Virtual events. We have a list of virtual events. We do not know which ones we are going to use yet and who's going to run them. It's very difficult for us to, because we're planning basically 2 events this year after every day. So we'll have to work on that. We have a list of events and we're going to have virtual events, but we don't quite know what they are yet. Wednesday, that day has been decided. It's going to be a scavenger hunt day, but it's going to be a virtual scavenger hunt. There's apps for that, and there's different ways you can do that on Zoom. So we know that day is going to work. We're still working on other days. Friday, there's going to be no event for after school for remote people, because you can't, unless you want to drive all the way to the school to clean up the hallways. I don't think you want to do that. Big point this year, not a lot of teachers come and play games, so we're looking for teachers, all right? I know everyone wants to come play kickball with us. It's going to be fun. Thank you, Tracy. All right, so teachers, we need you. Ryan Lemieux online, because I know you're active in the chat. I will make an exception that you can come in that one day to play kickball with me. All right, so instead of penny wars, we're going to do coin wars, meaning instead of only pennies getting counted towards points, it's going to be all coins, mostly because I don't want to sort through all your dirty pennies. So at the end of the week, whichever bin weighs the most with weighs the most with coins is going to be the winner of that of the week, and they're going to get points towards their grade. Yep, that's about that. Did I skip a power?
Yeah, you skipped a slide at the beginning. I'm going to be honest with you.
I missed that one. I was like, where is the slide? Point system, how is it going to work this year? So each event is going to be 1 through 4 points. The winner of that event gets 4 points. The person who comes in last gets 1 point for their grade. Unless there's no participation from a grade, you're always going to get points for being there. The only event that gets scored with more points is going to be the dress-up participation. So whichever grade participates the most in dressing up gets 8 points. And then obviously the one at the very bottom gets 1 point, and then they'll be deviated up with points in between that. The way dressing up is going to work this year, because we can't have people in massive lines all around the school having me check off your name one by one, it's going to be done through advisories. I forgot to mention this in the sophomore forum, which is why I'm making sure I do it now. So advisors are going to be in advisory, so you can also include your remote people. So either if their background, if they're dressed up, that something has to be on them. They can't just hold up an object. That kind of doesn't really work. They have to either be dressed up in it, or their wall or something's decorated. But there's going to be a box. There's going to be a shared Excel with all advisors, and those advisors are going to put in how many people dressed up in their advisory. I'm going to add up all the totals and divide it by the total number of kids we have in our grade, and that's going to be the participation percentage, and then whoever has the highest percentage gets the most points for that day. Also a different thing this year is teachers have the ability to take away class points. So they also have the ability to add points, however. So if a teacher sees some sort of disruptive act, as in taking down like a sophomore hallway decoration, or I don't know, like during assemblies, if they see any roughhousing like we kind of had last year, points could be taken away from your grade. So we're adding accountability onto you guys to keep our points up. So the way the teachers will do that is either email me, come see me in person, text me if you have my phone number, whatever way. I'll add or subtract the points from the total score, and that's how that's going to work. So a little bit of a Harry Potter style point system. I think we're Gryffindor, and I want us to be Gryffindor. If there's objections, that's fine too. We can switch it out. There we go. So the Friday of Fang Fest is actually going to be a wellness day, meaning we're not going to have classes that day. So normally we'd have a flex day like we've had this entire year, but because we don't want a flex day and we want to be in person for that day, it's going to go black, gold, wellness day. So there's still going to be a closing assembly, and it's going to be after Wellness Day. You guys have all experienced a Wellness Day before. There's going to be stations. You sign up for those stations. You go to those events. A couple years ago, we had like Pet My Dog, improv, kickball, yoga. I think we had Zumba. So it's going to be stuff like that. There's also going to be virtual stations, quote unquote, that people can sign up for if their status is remote. So we're going to have stuff for you guys to do too. So we're going to try to end the week with a lot of mental health and physical health ideology. Going to go into vacation with a great ending to the week. Assemblies. How are assemblies going to work? They're going to be outside, and it's going to be different. So obviously we're black and gold, so the purple shaded section is where our grade is going to be. You can bring a lawn chair, you can bring a chair if you want. Typically we don't really sit during Fang Fest, so it's up to you, whatever you want to do. But we're going to be in that little section of purple. It's going to be marked off with cones or rope. We haven't decided what we're going to mark it off yet with. And then in the circle area, where towards the stands, there's going to be a staging area, meaning we're going to have raised stages where the MCs can be on top of, so everyone can see them from the turf. They're going to have microphones like they usually do, and everything like that's going to be normal, but it's going to be outside, and there's going to be a lot of standing unless you bring a chair. So everyone has to be aware of that. It's going to work that way because we have to be outside. If there's a rain date, it's going to get complicated. We don't quite know what we're going to do yet if it rains that day. We might wear rain jackets and say screw it, or we will have two different assemblies and we'll do it inside. So we don't really know what we're going to do yet if it rains. When we get closer to that, and if it looks like it's going to rain, we'll figure something out. But you have to know that it is subject to change. It's also subject to change if COVID cases get really high. This entire week is botched, possibly. So we have to keep in mind safety. And this is all the planning that we've done as of now, but we all have to be aware that it is subject to change. Hallways. Hallways are still happening. Going to be a little different than usual. It's not going to be come in whenever you want, decorate whatever you want. It's going to be it's going to have to be more planned because there's going to be time slots that you're going to have to sign up for. The only reason we have this is because we can't just have 60 kids come in at once in case of COVID like tracing or whatever. For that reason, we need to know who was there and what time they were there. So we need to have, and we need to have slightly less amount of people in the building, in those hallways at once. So we haven't decided exactly how we're going to do it. We could do it by your advisory signs up for a certain time slot, or we do it, you sign up whenever you want for a certain time slot, so you can do it with your friends or whoever you want to be with, sign up. You can do it that way. More information is going to be coming about that later. but there's going to be a lot more preparation required. There's going to be a lot more communication, like pre-stuff made in advisory or at home. It's going to be harder to make because there's not going to be as many people there, but hopefully that we can produce the same results we had like last year and years before that of having a really good hallway in a slightly different way. Oh, while I'm on this slide, dances. Dances can still happen. However, there's going to have to be less people in the dance. And the main reason for this is because the dances are going to happen on the staging outside. So people are going to be rised on the stages so that they can be seen by the other grades. There can be a couple people in front, but as of now, we're thinking probably no more than 20 to 25 people per grade in a dance. So if you're one of those kids that kind of just does the dance, kind of just to mess around, it'll be fun, maybe not the year to do it. So we may have tryouts, you know? That's actually a great idea, Ricard. All right, maybe we'll do tryouts. So yeah, dance is going to be different, still going to happen, but they're going to be a little bit smaller and on the rised stage that we're going to put for the closing assembly. In-person remote status. To be in person for Fang Fest, you have to be in person for all of segment 9. So I know segment 9 options have already closed. They're going to be reopened, so you can select what status you want to be in. So if you can't come in Fang Fest week at all if you choose remote for all of segment 9. Carp, you have a question?
What if I have 7th period free, so I go home early and attend advisory online?
That's fine as long as your status is selected in person. Okay. In person. So any more questions about that? You have to be in person for all of segment 9 to be in person for Fang Fest. Okay. There is going to be a slight distinction for the closing assembly. There's going to be a certain time people will be able to come for just the closing assembly if they wish to, not the entire week though. There's going to be plenty of more information coming in an email from administration with a lot more details about how that's going to work sometime, hopefully in the next week. So look at your emails, have your parents look at their emails, and reselect which place you want to be in for segment 9.
So there's a question in the chat about why you have to be in person for all of segment 9, and that's because we need to be able to keep track of contact tracing, and also the classrooms are set up for the number of people that are going to be in person for that segment. And if you haven't seen, like a lot of classrooms get rearranged each segment depending on how many kids are coming in. So we are going to have to know who's coming in for that segment for spacing and social distancing stuff. So that's just how it works. So if you pick to be in person for all of segment 9, you can come in, and that's just a few more weeks. And it's like, what, 3 weeks, I think?
Something like that.
Yeah, I think it's 3 weeks.
Safety. This week is all on you guys. And when I say you guys, I mean the entire school, not just the senior class. To have this week, we have to be safe. If there's any roughhousing, if there's not being masks worn, if there's people wandering around during assemblies, if there's any bad actions, I don't know, the week will get shut down, and that's mostly for COVID reasons, but there's other reasons too. As of last year, we all know what happened, and if this keeps happening, the school board won't let Fang Fest keep happening in future years. So this year's a big year. Everyone has to be safe. Mike was talking to me about it. He said he's new here. He's all about having fun. He wants this week to happen, but if he sees any bad things happening, a lot of safety risks being taken with COVID, he will shut down the week. And that's not what he wants to do, but it will happen if it needs to happen. So don't be the person to get Fang Fest shut down. I know it's all important to us to have this week, and it's all important to us to keep this week going for future grades. We don't want to be the last year to have Fang Fest. So with that said, Mike is going to talk. Hopefully there's not a delay. Hey, Mike, you should be good to go.
Oh, wait, hold on. Don't start yet.
Uh-oh. Mike, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can
There you
hear
go.
me?
Go ahead. You got a round of applause, Mike.
Hey, how about that? Hey, that's awesome. How's everyone doing today? Hey, thanks for making some time for me at the end of your forum. I really appreciate it. Ethan and Community Council, I appreciate you having me. I think they've done a heck of a job of kind of putting together Fang Fest during this year. And I appreciate their efforts. And I'm looking forward to being part of my first Fang Fest and experiencing that. That should be something that will be memorable, especially for this year and all the things at the school and you guys kind of had to endure. A couple of things just from my level as principal. Although I'm really looking forward to it, I've heard a ton about it. It's supposed to be a crazy fun time. But I just want to make sure that everyone knows that, hey, we got to do a really good job of, managing and navigating some of the regulations and stipulations that we have against us. We want it to be a safe and responsible week, and I think we can really plan some really nice activities. And, we're definitely partnering with Community Council and Student Activities Committee to make sure it's a great week. We're still in the planning stages. There's some details about the presentation that you just received and heard that we have to kind of work out. We're hoping to get more information on kind of attendance, kind of like the expectations around events out to you guys by April 2nd. The other thing that I'm hoping to do is just a little bit differently is I would like to meet with each grade's leadership group at the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, just to kind of go over things and see kind of how they approach Fang Fest. I really just want to kind of learn about it, get a feel for it, figure out, kind of, what it's all about. And so I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you guys are getting excited about it. I hope we're getting excited as we get into the warmer seasons and we can kind of be outside a little bit more and, have a little more of an active campus. Last thing that I want to talk about with you guys as seniors, we're really working hard to plan end of the year events that are meaningful and as close to normal as we can possibly make them. And I appreciate Tracy and Sarah and the senior leadership group and anyone else involved in brainstorming, what we can do. The survey was very helpful that was produced. And as I kind of talked with Tracy and Sarah and some of the other administrators, we're going to try to bounce our head off the rules in order to make sure it's as memorable of an experience for you guys as possible. But that just kind of takes some cooperation from the senior class. Like, if we have events, we want you to attend them. If you have ideas on how to make it better, improve it, or give us something to think about, please approach us and just know that we're kind of open-minded about this. And again, I've enjoyed working with my advisory, the senior leadership group from afar, Community Council, as we kind of, try to do what we can with the situation that we're in. So, sorry I couldn't be there in person with you guys today. It's a bit unfortunate, and I look forward to being, back around and getting in the mix as things continue, and appreciate you guys giving me time. Thanks, Ethan. Thanks, the rest of you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you. All right, so with that said, get out of that real quick. Tracy, there you go. So Tracy, she's going to talk a little bit about how we're going to narrow down the Fang Fest themes that you guys generated.
Oh, I am?
Well, you can talk about whatever you want.
Yeah. All right, so quick Fang Fest theme update. So administration narrowed down the list, so we'll send that out. Tuesday, senior leadership people are going to look over the list and try to narrow it down even more, because there's still how many?
There's 36.
36 options. So we're going to narrow that down a little bit more, and then we'll send out a survey to get the choice made. In addition, I wanted to give you guys a quick update. Thank you so much to everyone who did fill out the end of the year survey. I got 108 responses, which is the most responses I feel like I've received yet this year, so thank you. So a couple of quick updates. Challenge Day won't be happening. Only 49 of the 108 people said that they wanted it, so we're going to do something else with that plan. Prom, there is an update around prom. So administration has decided to split what typically is a senior and junior prom into 2 separate events in order to comply with everything that we have to comply with related to COVID. So the senior prom is scheduled for Friday, May 14th at LaBelle. And as of right now, that will be a senior-only event. If you have some thoughts and feelings on that, please let me know. and I will communicate that. Like Mike said, they're open to feedback and really trying to be collaborative with this planning. So I've already heard from a couple of people. Please continue to give me your opinion and thoughts around that. In addition, senior leadership group is working on setting some dates for the senior hike, brainstorming ideas for a senior class trip, and also planning a fun sort of like senior day event. So more information to come on that. And again, if you guys want to join in the planning for any of that, Tuesdays at noon, and if that time doesn't work for you, let me know and we can figure out another time. And that's it.
Thanks, Tracy. All right, so we're going to manage the virtual questions, but does anyone have questions relating to anything just Tracy said or this week? And I know it's almost over with advisory, but quickly, does anyone have any questions? Riley. Yeah, so during assemblies, there are going to be the games. It's not going to be on the staging. It's going to be in front of it on the turf. We probably can't have people like playing things on the staging. It's probably not the safest. So even the dances are going to have to be a little bit maintained. But there's going to be more stuff about that. Anything else? Any virtual questions, Georgia?
I'm answering them.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to say them for the whole group, though? Yeah, well, they're all kind of about how remote kids are going to be able to participate. There seems to be some misunderstanding, so there will be events every day for remote students. And did we decide that remote students can come in after school for some?
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't mention that. Any remote students that wants to come in for an event after school, and an in-person event after school can come, because those are smaller groups of events. But for the actual schooling itself, they need to be in person for all of segment 9.
And also, any person in the school can be part of SAC, Student Activities Committee. So